Welcome to Truck You podcast. My name is Sebastian.
My name's Jose, guys.
We have a guest today. Hey, Abed, how you doing?
All right.
We have a guest today and wanted to talk about trucks. So Abed's our customer at the shop, and we decided to have him over and kind of share some experiences and talk about trucks. He's buying trucks right now. Before we start, a little update in the shop. We had your trucks checking out.
Yeah, we had his. He brought over what? 3 of them, right? 3 D13s.
3 units.
Yeah, we inspected those. Unfortunately, one of them, it was a no. It was a no for sure.
Why not? Do you want to talk about why? Why not? Why
Yeah,
did
that's
we
the
tell
one
him not
that had the whole DPF system, right?
Yeah,
I believe.
DPF, and then it was oil leak in the back.
Oil leak in the
The
back.
head
Yeah,
leak,
it had
yeah.
a really bad oil leak.
And then there was another oil leak somewhere down.
Right by the oil cooler housing.
Yeah.
to? Yeah. What else did we have in the shop besides the Abed's trucks?
We got that DD13 with that after treatment issue.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I
the
think they're
DPF
gonna-
filter is pretty clogged up.
Yeah,
Real bad.
yeah, and then some fifth wheels, simple stuff, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about trucks, buying trucks. Can you give a little bit of a background story on yourself, Abed? How long have you been in trucking, and what do you do?
I've been in trucking since 2016. I drove a truck for a whole year as a driver, and then after that became an owner operator. Then after a year after that, then I opened my own DOT.
Mhm.
That was good for like a good year and a half, and went back to being a fleet owner operator.
Okay. So you sign on with bigger companies, right? You have a couple of trucks that you sign out with bigger.
Yeah, right now
Carriers.
I'm with different carriers, trucks with different carriers. Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning to go back to your DOT operate? Like, are you going to get your DOT, or what's the plan for the future?
I'm waiting on it a little bit, but hopefully, yeah, I'll go back doing my own DOT.
So the 3 trucks that you're buying that we were checking for you, what's your plan for that? What are you going to do with that?
Dry van.
Drive in? Are
Regional.
you going to sign them
Regional.
on with different companies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
So why do you like that model? What's working for you that and with that kind of model?
You mean the
Signing on with bigger carriers.
signing on? I see it less headache. I don't have a full team with me right now to open my own DOT. Another thing is it's easier. It's
Yeah.
much easier than owning your DOT because it's a lot of headache involved in it.
You pretty much have somebody that's watching over the truck and just
Yes.
work is coming in.
Yes,
and-
they're doing the whole system A to Z, and I just got to worry about the driver and just doing his job.
Perfect. So what are some of your challenges that you have as a small fleet owner? What would you say is one of the biggest challenges?
Biggest challenge is finding good carriers
Mm-hmm.
that respect drivers and make sure that they give them the loads and give them home time that they want, or if they want to stay out longer.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest challenges, I guess. Yeah.
And give me a little more background. At what point did you have? What was the most amount of trucks did you have? The number of units you were running?
I had 13 at
13.
one time. Yeah.
Okay. How was that?
It was okay, but as soon as the drivers they started making enough money, becoming their own owner operators, it started becoming even harder to get drivers.
Yeah.
And
What year was that? When was that in the timeline?
recently, actually, I
recently?
sold a lot of them recently. Yeah,
Okay.
I could say about within a year. Within a year, I sold them out. Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much what we did on our end, we also downsized. And I mean, obviously, for anybody listening, the trucking was
It's just to be healthy for your business, basically. Yeah.
Smart choice. Yeah.
that was a good move, definitely. I remember we talked about it before, where shrinking and selling off units and kind of being a lot leaner for what's been happening for the last year and a
Yeah.
half. So,
Yeah, 2019's been a really heavy year.
It's
like a bad
been
year.
a bad year. And then
Mhm.
what do you think about 2020 so far?
2020's been okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not that bad. It's been okay.
And also less units you have to manage, and that's also probably helping
Yeah,
a little bit, right?
it's been easier.
Yeah.
Easier for me.
How it is with drivers though?
Uh, but there's no problem with the drivers. I mean, as long as you have a structure there and the drivers understand your structure and understand what you're looking for, it works out.
Good. Uh,
That's my advice of looking for drivers.
yeah.
What do you look for? Like when you're looking for a driver, what are your
Uh, I like hustlers. I'm
Hustlers,
different.
yeah.
I'm a fleet owner operator. I'm looking for hustlers. I'm looking for people who are willing to put in 6 days of work.
Yeah,
14
for sure.
hours. Don't mind burning the clock. Don't mind sleeping out. That's just me. Whether they are doing local, whether they're doing regional, whether they're doing OTR.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what I want. At the end of the day,
Have you been successful in finding those guys?
Yeah.
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 So across.
yeah, some drivers don't like working directly with the carrier.
Yeah.
They like working with fleet owner operator.
Mhm.
And that way they see some flexibility here and there. Even,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. As far as drivers, do you? What do you think is the most important thing for drivers from your experience across the whole? Because you've been doing this for how long? As far as being in the industry,
2016. Yeah.
2016.
So what I see as
As far as drivers, what do they value? Because you've had a decent amount of drivers go through your company. What do you think, from your perspective, what drivers value the most?
drivers value, I don't know, like
Cash.
Yeah, cash. Yeah, they just want money. It's all about
No
the money.
bounce
It
checks.
is.
Yeah.
It is. I just wanted to see your perspective.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, they just want money. I mean, whatever the money is.
yeah. If you pay on time, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pay on
number
time
one.
is
That's number one
one.
thing that I actually found very. A lot of my inbound drivers tell me our checks are bouncing. We're getting paid late, and I'm just like, wow. And I hear it a lot.
Yeah, they want to get paid on time. That's for sure. They want they want you to take care of the truck. They want to make sure that the truck is rolling, that you're there.
Yeah.
When there's a problem, you're there to call. You're there to fix the problem right away.
So you drove, and then you decided to buy a truck, right?
Yeah, I was a driver for a year. Yeah.
So after the first year, you decide, okay, this is it. I'm buying a truck for yourself.
Yeah.
I want to be
An owner
operator, and then you went to multiple units, right?
No, then I opened my own DOT,
You open okay.
and then I went through units. Yeah, I bought my first 2 units, and then expand from there.
Okay, so what are some of the lessons that you could share with us? Like, what do you think about that step when you were making
Growing
that step?
too fast is bad. Like
Mhm.
that's a big lesson that I learned.
Why is that?
think I'm a hunter. I guess I like moving too fast, and it's not good. It's not healthy.
Mhm.
And what I learned is to grow healthy, not to grow fast. Fast is not really going to get you rich. It's not going to get you. You're not going to get really successful all the way. You got to grow healthy.
Expand a little bit on that. What do you think? What is healthy to you? What does that mean to you?
Healthy to me is like basically you get your first truck, for instance. You get a driver in it. He's rolling 3-4 months down the line. Everything's going smooth. You can go ahead and grab another truck. Get a good driver rolling. Grab another. Yeah, as a fleet owner operator, that's my thoughts of it.
Good.
Don't go and buy like 5 trucks at one time, and
3 of them are going to be sitting.
2, maybe 4 of them are going to be sitting. You're going to have one truck just rolling. And then if you get a loan,
Yeah.
you got to pay those payments as well. And
Loan, insurance,
you're not going to
parking.
feel the money coming in because you got so much loan going on, and
Yeah,
it's going to be pressure.
It's going to take a while
Stressful,
for
too.
the cash to roll in. Yeah, for sure. So it is a capital heavy business for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I can definitely see, and I've experienced quick growth, and I can 100% agree with you. Too quick of a expansion is putting a company at risk to of failing as much as just not doing the right things and bad management and all that, right? But good. What would you do different
What would I do different as of
if you, when you, let's say you're
when I
starting
first
over,
started?
you're driving from what you know now, what you didn't know before, what
Just grow slower,
slower?
grow slower, and don't overdo it. Basically, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's, I totally agree with that. What do you look for in a carrier that you're trying to sign on to?
In a carrier, I look at what kind of work they have. If they have dedicated runs, something easy to put a driver in, and profitable for both me and the driver. Uh, the breakdown of what they deduct on a weekly base, for instance, occupational insurance or uh, what do you got, escrow. Yeah, I look at that and the breakdown if it's profitable for me and the driver.
Okay. Do you think it's, how scalable is that model? How many trucks do you think you can get it up to signing on to carriers?
Uh,
What would you do from your experience? What would you think you could get it to? What number?
I think 12.
Why?
10 to 12, but you cannot put them all in one carrier though.
Why is that?
You become too strong on the carrier, and the carrier can be too strong on you as well. They could one day just
Control you too much, or
knock off all your trucks at one time.
True.
Now all your trucks are sitting,
Is
and
there
you're
a
looking
lot
for
of
a
risk?
different
Yeah.
carrier.
Yeah. No, well, I see the risk for sure. But I think a little differently. I think about providing value to a carrier, and if you take care of that relationship, there's no reason for them to, get rid of you if you're providing value for
Yeah.
them, right? 'Cause
Yeah, true.
it's also easier if you're a carrier and all of a sudden you're running 10 trucks with somebody. It's also harder for them to find a replacement for you, right? So if you
Yeah.
don't mess up that relationship,
Yes.
then they're not going to jeopardize it because
Yeah.
you're bringing value to them in form of 10 trucks a day or whatever the layout is. But so obviously risk is involved, but I think it's relationship management and maybe
responsible drivers for sure.
drivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean that's the thing. I can tell you from my experience with owner ops and my drivers, they can put your relationships at risk a lot of times. And I had to recently have one of my own operators go because he did something that really put me at risk with one of my customers, and he was immediately disqualified. And it was just completely unacceptable, unprofessional attitude. And that's something that not only I'll never accept, but it's just unprofessional. Whatever the shipper, and you know how shippers operate, and I'm not gonna complain about that. That's not the point. It's just you should never lose your professionalism, and if you're representing a company and you have signs on the company, that's not, you should be always professional, no matter what the other side is doing.
Yeah.
So definitely, yeah. Do you wish you started sooner?
I started sooner.
You
No,
did
not
start
really.
pretty soon though. 1 year
Yeah.
into driving.
Yeah,
that's
just 1 year
actually-
right away. Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
That is
That's
pretty quick.
Yeah.
But then tell me a little bit about getting the DOT, because that's something that you started driving as a company driver, then you bought your own truck, and did you sign on to a carrier or did you get DOT, and that was the first year that you were an owner operator?
An owner operator right away. Just got my
With your
own
own
DOT, MC number, start dispatching myself, and just going from there.
So you were
Got 2
working off of
trucks.
load boards?
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened there? You said 2016?
The ending of the beginning of 2017.
2017 is when you had the DOT.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that started. 16 was so. 17 was a lot better. And
17 was a hot market.
And
17 and 18.
okay, what have you learned there? What do you what are some of the corrections that you because that's actually that's what I always talk about. It's like if you really want to, as an owner operator, hop in to your own truck and you're willing to learn everything about finding your own work, creating those relationships, and you understand the market, that's where the best meat on the bone is. That's how you're going to find the best profit if you're
Yeah.
willing to hustle. And you're a hustler, obviously. So
Yeah.
staying 5 days or whatever time needed for you to run that you have to put in, you're going to put it in and try to make it work, right?
Yeah.
But tell me about some of the lessons there that you had that you wished you did different when you got your DOT, or maybe some corrections or mistakes that you had.
Yeah. When I had my own DOT, the biggest problem was hiring new drivers fresh out of
Insurance.
school.
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance. Yeah, that was a problem. And as a new driver, accidents here and there, and that's kind of what jeopardized my DOT. That's what made it fall, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much.
So a lesson is for getting in your own new DOT, hiring professional drivers that already have 2-3 years experience. More the better, and a good background.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, I can definitely, from not only background and MVR and tickets level, but also taking care of the trucks and knowing how to drive. I mean, we can tell you stories.
Yeah.
You also know
Yeah.
some of the good guys just don't care about the trucks. It's just not their equipment, so they're not really concerned about it, even though they should be as professional drivers to be safe.
Yeah.
No, but that's a good point because I never hired anybody with less than 2 years.
Yeah.
Since my beginning.
And that's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
Because I hired before 2 years, and that's why I don't have a DOT anymore.
But that doesn't. But it just it. I still had my and still do have my share of problems with drivers like that, right?
Yeah.
Because that it's more about what you see is okay that the guy realized at some point in his career that he was messing up his CDL, and then he dropped off. Because I have a lot of drivers that have a lot of experience, and we all had our own share of tickets and issues.
Yeah.
But then at some point you're looking at their PSP record and like, okay, this is just continuing. Versus I just have a good driver that like his last 3 years is clean. Before that it was really bad, and I'm like, okay, I'll take a risk because 3 years to me is more important. And he's a great driver.
Yeah.
Very good driver. So yeah, drivers. What about maintenance and fleet and working with shops? That's a little bit because I have some obviously my experiences, but what is your experience with working with shops and maintaining trucks? How did that go?
Yeah, as a fleet owner operator, you would first thing you would have to look for good insurance that covers roadside assistance and maintenance and tolls. That's one thing. And then as a mechanic shop, you would like to look for quick and fast repairs, in and out, basically.
Yeah.
And quality.
Quality, you mean is in the shop?
Yeah, quality. Yeah.
What does make a shop a good quality shop?
Getting no shortcuts. No shortcuts. Yeah, that's just putting the original parts. And
how did you go about creating those relationships where you were like, okay, I need to have my truck fixed? Obviously you started somewhere, and what was your line of thinking? Okay, or like how did you go about finding a shop? Did you find multiple places that you tried out, or what were you kind of share that experience for somebody that's
hearing from other owner operators and other fleet owner operators?
So like recommendations, right?
Recommendations from other people, yes. Testing them out with one unit first.
Yeah.
Seeing how it works out.
Before you trust them with the whole fleet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Any catastrophic truck problems that you would want to share? Like, oh crap, this was
like
crazy.
A big hit, big expense.
Yeah.
Well, like the the truck that needed an overhaul.
Oh,
Yeah.
that ISX, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you had engine coolant going into the oil. Remember?
yeah, that one.
I'm glad you didn't overhaul it.
No, it's not worth it. I think it's not worth it.
Hmm. That was a definitely a good move. Anything else that comes to mind? Did you have any?
That truck, everything was fine. Just I don't trust Cummins like that. That's just my point of view.
Yeah. What was the mileage? I don't remember. Was it like 900,000?
Around that range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
900.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the issue? Can
I
you
think it was
recall for
hard to
everybody?
start, or what was the issue? Like,
There was white smoke coming out of like the
out of the exhaust, but that was because of the whole coolant.
Coolant. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was like a hard to start because of the whole coolant being in the oil.
Yeah, the coolant. Yeah, it swallows all the coolant.
Yeah,
And then just puffs up and it turns off.
yeah, it was choking out on
Yeah,
you. Right? Yeah,
choking.
yeah, I remember that.
Then you right now. What do you have right now? D13, and then you have a nice truck that I like a lot. Can you tell me about the trucks you have right now and what are you buying? Actually, that's also.
Right now, I have two D13s and one D12.
Hmm. And it's a D12. What year?
D12 2001.
2001. And we've been seeing it in the shop, and we always talk about how clean it is.
No leaks at all.
No,
No leaks.
It's and it's very. It's
I
a
babied
very-
it.
Yeah, you did.
And
You
the
can-
person before me babied it too.
Yeah, that was a good buy. What about your D13s? The D13 that we just had in today, I think that's a really solid truck.
The iShift?
Yeah, the 570. I think it's 570,000 on it.
Yeah, something around there, yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good one. And what are you buying right now?
Right now, I'm getting two 2013s and possibly another two next week. So four in total. Four
D-
2013s.
D13s, iShifts, right?
iShift, yeah.
Fleet maintained. We saw them.
700,000 range, yeah.
Mhm,
Around there.
630 sleeper. Pretty good trucks. Is there anything you would want to share with a driver or just an owner operator that is starting or thinking about buying a truck right now and is starting? Is there anything that would you want to share?
About purchasing a
About-
truck and
Yeah, any
Okay.
tips that you would get to a beginner owner operator?
yeah, first look around. There's a lot of trucks out there. Don't fall in love with that one truck that you see on that magazine or website and think, oh, this is the truck. It's probably not the truck. Another thing is don't look for like very expensive truck, especially in this market that we're in right now. Take it to a shop, do a to Z, check everything, make sure everything is properly working fine.
Mhm.
Look for when you invest in a truck, especially for a new owner operator, new in the whole game as an owner operator. Think of how long it's going to take you to get your money back out of that truck
Mhm.
for the first year. Try, first year getting your money back.
That's a good tip. Finance, no, not finance a truck. Buy it with cash. How much capital would you suggest having just for
They could
backup
finance
repairs?
it if they want to, It's probably going to be hard for an owner operator to finance. Even with good credit, sometimes it's hard as well.
It is, and right now, as banks are still not. I think it's slowly starting to pick up, and just for reference, this is June of 2020, so it's
Yeah, with the
yeah, with the virus is not. Banks are still iffy about what's going to happen with the economy with the slow bounce back in the.
Buying it cash as the first owner operator, I think a good truck would be around 12 to 15,000.
What would you say the maintenance cost? Do you
Maintenance.
keep any s
A year?
let's say you buy it, what else would you wanna? I feel
Yeah,
you're
I
itching,
know.
right? Go ahead.
How much money do you want to have like set aside for maintenance as a, your
Oh,
purchasing?
at least 5 to 7,000 on the side.
Okay, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure
would
we
agree.
said. What, like
Mhm.
10, right? Max.
10, yeah.
Yeah,
5 to 7. This is minimum.
minimum. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest mistakes I see with owners not having any.
Just putting all their money into it and
And then
just
yeah,
go with the flow. That's not going to work.
thinking they're buying a $15,000 or $20,000 truck that's road ready and is not going to have any issues. I've
Yeah.
seen that a lot, and
Well,
that
$15,000 to $20,000 truck is mostly a local regional driver, owner operator looking for. Over the road driver, he's got to look for a better truck,
Yeah, for sure.
going up and down mountains and different regions.
for sure, that's definitely a good point. Yeah, I think. If anything else, is there anything that I didn't ask you that you would want to share? Got it. We got
Unless
covered
you
everything.
got any other questions?
No, I think
I'm
we.
fine.
I think
Then
we're.
we got some good answers.
We got covered everything. I appreciate you coming and sharing your story, and
no problem.
we're gonna help you out with the fleet. I'm excited you're buying stuff, and that's always gonna be exciting times with drivers and getting new trucks, and that's good that it's happening because 6 months ago we were in a very different spot with everything, and we've talked about it. So, all right, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe, share, and we'll talk to you soon.